Hi, this is Jen from the Deer Run Bed and Breakfast on Big Pine Key in Florida. Welcome to day number 2, Vegan Month of Food 2017. You can follow us on our Facebook page, our blog, happyvegans.blogspot.com, or our YouTube channel, Jen Dig. So, a couple things. Today in the country where I live, which is in the United States, there was another mass shooting. And it felt really wrong not to mention this. It's a disaster, a tragedy. It's devastating. And it got me to thinking about how we cope with disasters, of course, fresh on my mind, how we find comfort. And it's something that we strive for even as non-human animals. And it was making me think, I learned about the disaster, actually, the shooting, from my brother on a phone call today. And I've been thinking about it constantly ever since then, again, mostly about how do you find comfort? How do you cope with that? How do you make sense out of something that's so senseless and so devastating and affects so many lives? Just changed in an instant, right? While we were in the refuge of last resort with all of the animals, one of the only rules was if you had animals, they had to be leashed or crated the whole time. So we had our animals, we were complying with the rules. They were in the crates. We brought a larger crate to put a litter pan in and food, and we were rotating them out, hoping that they could use the litter pan when they were in there and eat a little bit. But they had no control. It was a very difficult situation for them. They were under a lot of stress, and they needed to find ways to cope. So we had them stacked up. Their crates were stacked up. We had towels over them. There's all these other animals. Patrick from Grimmel Grove was there. He's calling it Noah's Ark because there was probably more animals than people there. And so you have sounds they're not accustomed to, the smells they're not accustomed to, these animals. It wasn't just cats and dogs either. There was a lot of different types of animals in there. And there they were confined. So on one of my checks on the overnight, we had lost power, internet, there was nothing there. Everything had gone down. I had a flashlight, and I'm looking into Diesel's crate. And, Diesel's the youngest one here. And she had burrowed under the blanket all the way into the back of her carrier. And you could barely see her. I saw 2 eyes, a nose, and 1 paw, and I could see the edge of her favorite toy. She actually had burrowed under the blanket and was hugging her favorite toy. She was just so terrified, and she was trying to find a way to comfort herself, how to cope with so much unknown, so much sudden change, everything, total loss of control. And it was heartbreaking to see. It reminded me of a little kid climbing under their covers with a teddy bear if their parents were fighting or something, just trying to block it out. And it's just about comfort. And, kind of sort of ties in a little bit with the prompt today. We're supposed to talk about vegan junk food, and a lot of people turn to food for comfort. All different kinds of things that people will eat or drink to find comfort. And for some people, it could be junk food. I don't like to call what I'm going to show you today junk food. It's food. I consider anything that's vegan food, basically. But this is new to me. I'm really not a processed food person. If you've been here, you know that I don't serve processed food. This is whole food, plant-based food that I prepare from scratch. And we had a lot of food I had prepared here, not necessarily prepared, but we had a lot of ingredients. And we had generators. We still have the generators. They're very high up, but they're contingent on a fuel source called propane, and our propane tank broke free. We had it chained down on a concrete pad behind a windbreak, and we lost that in the storm. So we lost the opportunity to utilize a lot of what I had expected to be available for us. And then when the power was out for so long, we just simply lost inventory. I mean, everything. If it wasn't in a can, it's been lost here. So that includes an entire freezer full of produce that was fresh. I mean, it's summertime. It was summertime, I guess October now. But I was I bought hundreds of pounds of mangoes from the Grimmel Grove through the summer. And, I peel them and I chop them and I put them in baggies and containers, and I freeze them to use for you guys all year long. And it's all been lost. So that was upsetting to say the least. But you know, these relief drop shipments have come. They're being driven down, and they've been organized by this couple named Adam and Timberly, and it's processed food. It's probably what I should have stockpiled, and believe me, things will look a lot different in the future for my hurricane kit. But one of the things that I have found that is amazing is Upton's Naturals, a brand that I'm not totally familiar with. It's a vegan line, and it's cheesy bacon mac, and it's pre-cooked pasta in one bag, and then the other bag has a little cheese sauce with like little bits of seitan, smoky seitan, and then it also comes plain if you don't like that. But I'm sure it's better if you heat it, but as I said, we don't have that ability right now. We still don't have a fuel source here for cooking and heating water and things like that. So we're just happy to have food. We open it up, we pour the stuff in it, we mix it up, and we eat it, and it's delicious. And I have to say, it's probably better cooked if that's your thing. The other thing that I want to mention quickly is this brand of, not new to me, it's Louisville vegan jerky. This is gluten-free, believe it or not. It's made with soy, non-GMO soy. So this kind of keeps in line with really trying to stick with gluten-free as much as possible, but you know, a lot of concessions have to be made. I'm just happy to survive right now. People are giving us just wonderful things, caring about us. So I'm so happy to have food. But the Louisville vegan jerky is amazing. We fight amongst each other, the happy vegans, and with the felines around here. It is so stinking good. And they sent us 3 flavors. I like this smoked black pepper is my favorite, and it's just so funny because it is a ridiculous sight when a package of the vegan jerky is opened around here. So those are my contributions to junk food, and I guess some people turn to comfort food. It's called comfort food for a reason, I guess, right? Macaroni and cheese and things like that. But we do everything vegan style around here, and we encourage you to do the same. So I think that's pretty much it for today. We are going to take it outside tomorrow if it's not as windy. I want to show you a dune restoration project that's going on here. We're going to talk about the wildlife and the nature around here. So sorry again, this was a little bit long today, but I didn't expect to have to deal with the subject matter that we started out with. And our hearts are with everybody that's suffering around the world. There's a crap ton of crazy going on right now, and we just need to be as empathetic, compassionate, and kind as we can as we move forward every day. So we encourage you to do that too. So see you tomorrow. Thank you.